Hey, I'm Brandon.
Nice to meet you, and thank you for coming in today.
No problem.
So, just so you know, the purpose of this interview today is just to get to know you a little bit better, and then also it is for my interviewing class, and so it's for me to get the experience of interviewing somebody of a different culture and get that experience of diversity in an interview setting. So, also so you're aware, the interview here is being recorded, so but anything you say here is strictly confidential. It's just between you and I. However, because it's being recorded for my class, my professor is going to see it.
Okay.
So she and I are going to be the only ones, though, that see it. So if you do mention at any point in the interview that you are thinking about harming yourself or others, I do have to notify the proper authorities about that. But anything besides those are confidential in between us. So, do you understand the purpose of the interview and the confidentiality?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Then let's get started.
Okay.
So, where are you from, Brandon?
I am from Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Murfreesboro. And have you lived in Murfreesboro for long?
Lived there for the first 18 years of my life.
Okay. All right. And how old are you now then?
I am 19.
Okay,
Only 20 in a couple months.
So you pretty much lived there your whole life.
Yeah.
Okay. And does your family still live in Murfreesboro?
Yes.
They do. Okay. And what does your family consist of?
Dad, a mom, 2 little brothers, and a little sister.
All right. So you're the oldest.
Yes, I am.
Gotcha. And you go to school here in Chattanooga.
Yes.
Okay. Do you like living in Chattanooga now?
Yeah, I've learned to love it. It's been really cool. It was way different at first. It's completely different from Murfreesboro.
How so?
Murfreesboro is very suburban, and this place is so city. It's crazy. Everything is a highway. Here, it's weird. It's very rarely I've seen just back streets to go somewhere. Every time they're like, oh, let's go to the mall. Let's go somewhere. It's get on the highway. You go. It's weird.
Yeah, I understand that being from Alaska. It's similar to that. So you lived in Murfreesboro your whole life, and then the transition over here to Chattanooga is a little bit different. But you said that you like living in Chattanooga,
Yeah.
and the transition has been good.
Yeah, it's been good.
That's great. So you lived in Murfreesboro from the beginning of your life, and your family lives there. And you said, are your parents together?
Yes, they
They
are.
are together. Okay. Do you feel that your family has shaped you at all, or how has that affected
Yeah,
you?
I do feel like they have shaped me. My parents have been married for 20 years, so it's definitely one of those things of, they've really just shown me, what, a relationship looks like. And it has made me very cautious of, how I date, how I look at things. I do think ahead, a lot, so.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing to think about. Do you feel that since you lived in Murfreesboro your whole life before college, do you want to go back?
Before college, it was just, let me get out of here. It's been too much. Let me try something new. But now I would say I would definitely go back. Not right now, though. I do think I need to leave for a while. I go back and visit breaks and stuff like that. It's been fun. But I do think that until it's time for me to just settle down and start my family, I need to just see where I go.
Mm-hmm. But you would feel like, you make it sound like you would like to go back and raise a family.
Yeah, I would raise my family in Murfreesboro. It's very familiar. It's very nice, and it's just it's a very good community to raise a family in.
That's great. So we talked a little bit about where you're from and your family. Now we're going to transition a little bit over to some questions I have for you. You said that your family has really shaped you, but my question is, do you feel that your race has also shaped you, or how has it?
It has and it hasn't. It's definitely been different, especially being black in the South. That's definitely one of those things that you hear a lot about. I mean, we had a whole civil rights movement about it, so it's definitely one of those things. And so it's been weird. There's been times where I felt uncomfortable. There have been a few times where I've been to a store and someone's definitely followed me around to see if I've stolen anything. There was one time in high school where I was with a group of friends, and we went to the concession stand at the football game, and we were all together ordering, and so we went one at a time. When I tried to order mine, the lady was like, I'm not ready for you yet, and it was weird because we were all like everyone that I was a group of four of us, like we were all done talking. It was my turn to speak, and she just literally cut me out and she didn't let me talk. So there have been a few moments just like where I felt it, but most of like a lot of times it's really nothing.
So, but you do occasionally feel that like prejudiced against
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's totally different because I'm from I'm from Alaska, pretty much as northern as you can get, and you're from the south, so it's just interesting to see the difference there. One moment. In what ways do you feel, or do you feel, on like a regular basis, that you're treated differently because of your race?
Um, on a regular basis, I don't really think there's ever been anything regular. Just like, oh yeah, I'm black. But there'll be some things like somebody will say something, and like it's like a cultural thing. Like they'll say something like you laugh at it, and then you'd be like, well, that was kind of racist. Like, or like I don't know. I have this friend, and his name is Seth, and I don't know. He's very colorful. He's a very colorful person. He's white, and so there's a lot of things that he says, and like it's one of those things. I don't think he realizes it because of who he is, but it really does come off as just like, dude, like that's low key really racist.
Now, do you ever address things
Oh,
like that?
totally,
You do?
totally. He does not get away with it from me.
Okay. When was the last time that you felt that you were treated differently based on your race? If you don't mind my asking.
The last time? Honestly, the last time it wasn't even with people outside of my race, it's people of my race. It's definitely different coming from like Murfreesboro, where you're surrounded by like a melting pot of people, like everything, and then you meet like black people here, and they're used to just black people. So you say something or the way you like do something is completely different, and so like yeah, I think that's really the only thing. Like it's never really brought up by other races. It's a lot of times brought up by like my race.
So that's interesting to me. It's just I never had to experience something like that. So can you elaborate for me a little bit, like an example of?
It's in a sense like I don't know, like the black community, especially on this campus, it's very close knit because there's not like a lot on it. So like it's a very close knit group, and so a lot of times when you meet someone, like they already know like a good amount of the black people on this campus, and so like for me, when I first got here, I made a lot of white friends before black friends, just because I met a lot of people from where I came from in Murfreesboro that came to the school also that I didn't know until then, and so like I met them, and then I branched out and started meeting other people, and so it's been very like some black people, it's like I just immediately click with them, like we get each other, and there are some that are just like, like they've worked every single day of their life, like they've done this, they've done that, and like they have to pay everything for themselves, and because like my parents pay for school, it's like they look at me differently because that. They look at me differently because of like where I was raised. Like
So there's like a tension between the class levels?
yes.
Okay. I see. Okay. Now, do you feel that you have any personal bias based on the way you're raised, where you're from?
Personal bias against who?
I'm not trying to like specifically target some group with a question, but do you feel that the way that you were raised, or the people that you know, like the things that have happened with you, if you have any personal bias based on your race or the way you were raised?
Not a personal bias. I think there are these little things that like I've noticed just about everybody. Like I might make like a comment about like someone, like, oh, like that person's dressed like really white because they're like the typical frat boy with the collared shirt and the khaki shorts, or like, oh, she's so like loud, and like it's like nothing against her, like whoever it is. It's just they're just really loud. I'm just not used to it, and so I do think I have like a little personal bias against some people. I don't think it's just like a certain group of like a certain race of people. I think it's everybody. It's just one of those things. It's just growing up, like you were taught like dress like this, like talk like this, and so hearing and seeing all these things, it's definitely just like you have like little just like well, they shouldn't do this, or like they should fix themselves like that, or like.
So it's more personal bias on like little things.
No, little things
that you
like,
were raised differently.
Yeah, like, oh, you should put a belt on, like, or like, oh, like, I don't understand why you don't tie your shoes when you walk. You just walk like that. Like, there are just certain things that, like, I was told, like, always button up, like, if you're gonna wear a button-up shirt, like, button up correctly, like, do this, and like, you see just people like just doing anything here, and it's just like, that just looks so messed up. Like, that doesn't look correct. Like, they should fix that. Like, it's a little personal biases like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so we've discussed your family life and growing up in Murfreesboro, possibly moving back there once you start your own family. We've also talked a little bit about the racial differences and things that you have experienced that are different than at least what I've experienced, and it's great insight to have. And then you've also talked about some personal biases, but rather than a personal bias against a group of people, it's more like little things depending on how you were raised and the differences there. So as a whole, I feel like this interview was really good. Did you have any questions for me?
No, I mean, no, I don't think so.
Okay, great. Well, I really appreciate you coming in today, and I could see us doing some sort of follow-up after the fact, maybe go further into the racial differences. Mm-hmm. So, but I really appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
Thank you.